I think we can all agree that if Logan Paul was to move into Hollywood or do a Harry Potter film, he would be called Lord Swoldemort. He's looking big, he's looking juicy. These recent pictures on social media, and I know a lot of other big accounts have been commenting on this and trying to point the finger at what stack exactly he's on. Anytime I step in and talk about physiques, it's often where you got a lot of people, especially young men, looking up to someone, and that one person they look up to may not be playing by the rules. The reason I have an issue with that is it kind of skews people's reality of what is normal or what's achievable. Other people that have kind of annoyed me with this would be Chris Hemsworth with the physique transformation that you saw in the last Thor movie. We had Liver King, who loads of people defending him saying he's natural. It's because he eats testicles. And then we got to see his stack that came out. So when someone who is a role model for a lot of young men, such as Logan Paul, comes out and has a pretty dramatic physique transformation, we need to start connecting the dots. My favourite golden rule for ever trying to determine whether or not I think someone could be on anabolic steroids would be this. If you were to hear hooves outside your house, it could well be a zebra that has found its way outside your house, but it's probably a horse, statistically speaking. Anyway, so whenever we see these physique transformations, especially in the realm of Hollywood, which really Logan Paul kind of is in that because he's in the realm of WWE and show business with the boxing. WWE over the years has been renowned for steroids, and I know that back in the day I used to look at those guys and be like, wow, these guys must know so much about training and nutrition and dieting. Oh my God, they must have the best diets. And I legitimately would have, for a long time, thought that Brock Lesnar was natural and The Rock, which some people dispute, considering that male levels of testosterone start to decline after 30. It's very rare that someone's more jacked at 40 than they were at 30. And very, very unlikely they're more jacked at 50 than they were at 40. Back to Logan Paul. So you have that side, you've got WWE, you've got show business, and let's not dispute the fact that guy is an athlete. The guy can do a standing backflip. The guy's been doing these swanton bomb, backflip, frog splash things. It's great to see, and no one can take that away from him. Then we look into the realm of boxing. Logan's not exactly had the best boxing career. He's coming up against Dylan Dennis, who has been doing an abomination against Nina Agdal, Logan's fiance. Now, testosterone isn't just an anabolic steroid that helps you get massive size of a house for bodybuilding. It helps a lot with recovery, and it also helps remaining lean, which is often overlooked. The recovery thing is massive, because if you're doing two different training modalities, let's say bodybuilding for the WWE physique and boxing, having a compound like testosterone in whichever form they're taking it can help you concurrently do two things at the same time. Seen this very big in CrossFit, UFC, or near about any different type of training method which is outside of bodybuilding. Testosterone is going to only benefit that. It's obviously got a plethora of health concerns and issues that you have along with that. The way I like to think of it is, I drive a Golf R. I could tune that Golf R to get more horsepower out of it and it would perform better. However, you don't have to be an idiot to realize that when you tune a car and you take it beyond the manufacturer's safe parameters for performance, the chances of you potentially blowing a head gasket or whatever are going to be heightened. That's why insurers don't like it when you tune your cars. Let's look at anabolic steroids like that. If you're going to get more performance outside the parameters of what you'd consider healthy within the human body, you do put yourself at a heightened risk of things going wrong. Now, if you are a race car driver and you're using your Golf R to win races, that's going to make you money and it's going to be your career and all of these things, then we could build an argument to say that maybe that is the best way to go. But the majority of you watching this aren't Logan Paul. You're not performing in WWE and you're not about to fight Dylan Dennis, who, by the way, is a legit jiu-jitsu black belt under Marcelo Garcia. If this was UFC, MMA, Bellator, Logan would be getting his ass kicked. How the boxing match will go, this is what I would do if I was Dylan. Get in there, first time they clinch, work your way to the back, choke Logan unconscious, drop him on the mat. You don't get your purse. You probably get sued again, on top of all the lawsuits he's getting for the Nina Agdal situation. But imagine that picture. Logan Paul unconscious on the mat, you there, gloves in the air. Doesn't matter if you didn't knock him out with a punch, you'd still look like an OG. Anyway, with Logan, I probably suspect it's not just testosterone, he's probably taking other things, maybe things like peptides. We got growth hormone secretagogues like CJC1295 and ipamorelin, which are used by the likes of Joe Rogan and Huberman. Those are growth hormone secretagogues that exogenously is where you inject from the outside in. Endogenous is where you promote more of it. So if you were to inject testosterone, you're exogenously putting it in your body. If I was to get you to sleep more, or maybe take a supplement like, I don't know, Tonka Ali, you might endogenously increase your production of that from the inside out, and peptides or amino acids that people inject help them do with that. We've probably got supplements here, peptides here, and anabolic steroids here, as far as the severity and impact and efficacy of it and legality, but anyway, let's not get into it. People at the elite level like Logan Paul are not playing by the rules because it benefits them to not play by the rules. Although I can't say that objectively, and that is my honest personal opinion, someone like that going on steroids and potentially putting themselves in harm's way will probably be a net benefit for them because of the attributes it can have to their career over time. If you put yourself in front of the same harms and risks from anabolic steroids or any performance enhancers, chances are it's just not going to benefit your life like it would them. They've probably got doctors, blood work being done every week, someone overlooking his lipids and every single thing that could potentially go wrong, high, low, whatever it is. Then they can make adjustments. And we need to think about the athletes as well, people in the Tour de France, people in the UFC, bending the rules and taking these substances. Yet, even if it was to shave 10 years off their life, it could still be a net good decision what they want to do because they might have been middleweight champion of the world or whatever it is. We must look at these people's transformations and take it with a pinch of salt. We can never compare our behind the scenes to their highlight reels. We should not be using these physiques as a background on our phone for something to aspire to. We should look up to them and go, fair play, you're in the world of show business, you're probably cheating, not playing by the rules, you're probably almost definitely on performance enhancers, but I understand why. But it will just continue to annoy me when there is no transparency between the people doing it, the people watching. From an ethical standpoint, I wish people were more transparent, but then again, there is the old double-sided coin of this, that if Logan Paul was to say, yeah, I'm running 500 milligrams of test a week with Ipromel and CJC, kids would be straight onto Google, ordering it themselves and taking the Logan Paul stack. So it's a tough time for the world of unobtainable physiques from people in the top echelon of genetics who are looking absolutely shreddy Kruger. So is Logan Paul on steroids? Almost definitely. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.